Hello, this is RaiyanIbnFarid. My student ID is 33653589 and this is my demonstration video. So I've put all of them yes because I don't think my video is gonna be more than 15 minutes long, so it should be less than 15 minutes. And also I'll put chapter marks on my video for each questions, and also I've read the assignment hand-in instructions before answering these questions. And the first thing was I needed to use the latest version of the booze. So if I run my program here, go to about, so it's gonna show the booze version was 1.1. So this is the latest version that I've been using, and also I can use the link over here, which I already have over here. Just let me check for the internet, and yeah, so I've got the booze link program links here. And then the next thing is the version control. So I put my username and also the GitHub repo link as well. I couldn't do the documentation side, so I put not done here, and also I committed like 195 times, and also I've done more than 5 commits, and also I've updated the README as well. So if I go here and then the READMEs are here, I've edited the READMEs, and also whichever I did is done, and whichever I couldn't do is not done. And also I did some of them were like half working or partially working, so I put partially done or half done here. And the next one's the user interfaces. User interfaces are over here. So I've used almost all the classes where it was appropriate to use. The first one would be the array command. So the array class creates arrays in the program by parsing and validating input parameters like type of array name and type and size, and then it supports integers and real numbers with double values as well, and storing them into the program's interface, like storing them in the iStore program, which is located here. And yeah, and the next one is the set method. So I've used the set method, which validates the input, and while it executes and creates the array and logs its creation, and also the unsupported types or invalid parameters triggers the exceptions. The next one is the boolean command. So the boolean command class sets the and it sets and stores boolean variables in the program, and the set method here parses parameters in the format variable name, and then it validates them and converts the value into boolean, and then executes the method and saves the variable and its value into a program storage using the iStore program here as well. Then the call command. The call command class enables calling a method with optional arguments in a program. The set method here parses the method name and arguments from the input, and the execute method retrieves here the execute method, which retrieves the method from the program and converts the arguments to appropriate types like integers or double numbers or something, and then calls the method with the arguments, and exceptions are thrown as given here. Then the canvas, the canvas should it was explained before. I mean, I did it in component 1, so I'm just moving forward with the cast command. The cast command class handles type casting of variables in program. The set method here sets the parameter specifying the variable names like target type and name, and this executes the method retrieves by the variable value from the program, and converts it into the target type using a switch statement, and updates the variable with cast value. And yeah, if something comes up in invalid, so it will show like invalid target type. And then the circle command is skipping this one, the command factory. Yeah, I need to explain some of the command factory as well, because I've in the previous component I have used the commands directly into the form 1, but now I've created a separate file for the command file, so it's the command factory. and I've imported all the remaining commands here. The move to, draw to, pan, circle, all of the commands are over here, and then I've linked the files as well, and for the different command types, all the files are linked here and according to their parameters. So it works from this file now, rather than that it was using the form1 before, but now it's using the command factory to use the commands and execute them. Then the which else command. So I haven't done much work on the else command, but yeah, the else command works as well. But the else command class represents the else block in the scripting system, and implementing the iCommand interface over here we can see, and set, compile, or execute, and checks for the parameters, and yeah, it works fine. And then the end command, it's basically the same thing, just ending the values. I mean, for the else command, the end command class represents for the termination of the control. Actually, it's like blocks the if, while, or for. So if I put like if or while or for any of the loops or anything, so if I put end, so it's gonna cut off the loop and also the for or if. And then the evaluation commands. The evaluation command class evaluates an expression and assigns its results to a variable in the program. The set method here parses the input in format variable name and then validates it, and then execute method here. It executes the expression and also like number, strings, or variables, and stores it into the program's variable storage. And then the evaluate expression here method. This method handles the expression evaluation and supports literal and program variables, and this class is crucial for dynamic value and assignments in the scripting system. Then the for command. The for command class handles for loops in the scripting system. The set method here parses and validates the loop for variable start to end to step increment as well. So extracting the variable name, start, end, and step values, and then it executes the method, runs the loop, and updates the variable in each iteration and storing them into the program storage. I've put all the logics inside it, like splitting values, like it will split when it detects the space, it's gonna split it, and then when it detects the equal value, equal sign, it's gonna split. But it should be working fine, but I tried to run the program, but this thing came up all the time, even if the logics were right and even if I put the commands right. So, and the next one was iCanvas. This is fine. iCommand. Yeah. If I go to the if command now, so yeah, the if command class handles conditional logics in the scripting system. Like set method here parses condition and stores it as a function that evaluates the boolean result based on the program state, and the execute method here checks the condition and throwing the exception, so if it's false when it's needed. And then the int command. So the int command class is used to create or set the integer variables within the program. The set method here, the set method parses the parameter in the format variable name, and then it stores the variable, and then it executes the method, the expression, and converting them into the integer, and then assigns the result to the variable into the program. And the evaluate expression here as well, it's this replaces the variable names in the expression with their values and computes the result using a data table. And yeah, and the iParser. So iParser interface, this interface defines the method for parsing the Boost program into an executable commands. And this is the iStore program. So here this interface manages the state and execution of Boost program, and it allows adding the commands, add command, and like provides access to the command factory, like get command factory or get canvas or get variable or set variable. And then the method command. The method class defines a method in the Boost scripting system, and it sets the method, initializes the method name, parameter, body of commands, and then the execute method here. This is like this stores the method in the program's variable storage and then make it callable for later. And then the call method, it's null here, but it's gonna be it's a placeholder for an execution of a custom method through functionality or handling arguments, and the body is not like implemented here. And then the parser command, the parser class converts Boost programming text into executable commands. This one like converts the text which is taken by the user, and then it converts it to the commands, and it uses the iCommand factory to dynamically create the commands from text. And the parse method splits the program text into lines, processes each line, and adds the resulting commands to the program object. And then the pick command. The pick command class retrieves a value from a specific index and in an array and stores into a variable. The set method here, it parses the input parameter in the format variable name, and then validating the variable names, array name, and index name, and then it executes and checks if the array exists or not, and then ensures the index within the bounds, and retrieves the value to store the specified variable. And then the poke command. The poke command class sets a value in a specific index of an array, and then it's the set method parses the input parameters in the format poke of array name, index, and value. Such and it executes the method, checks if the array exists or ensure the index is within bounds, and updates the array with the given value. And yeah, the parse value here, this method converts the value to the appropriate type, like integer, double, or string. And this command allows modifying array elements dynamically in the system. And then the real command. I'm sorry, I was just a bit cold. Yeah, the real command class. This one manages the floating point for variables in the scripting system, and then the set method parses here. The set method parses input to initialize a variable name and optionally assigns a value or expression. And the execute method here, it's the execute method evaluates the expression if and or maybe stores the resulting value or default value like 0 in the program. And evaluate expression method here calculates the value and then the expression and replacing the variables with the values from the program. This class supports like creating and assigning dynamic real number variables. And then the rectangle command, just skipping this stored program. So the stored program class represents a program that manages and executes a list of command while also handling variables and drawing canvas key features. Then the while command. While command class executes a loop as long as a specified condition evaluates to true. And then the set method here, set method stores the condition and executes the method dynamically, evaluates it by replacing the variable, and then yeah, it replaces the variable and then it stores the variable to the data table and computes it. And the commands to run during each iteration are added via the add command, which is here. Yeah, and these classes like enable dynamic looping in the Boost scripting environment. And yeah, that's basically it. And then the unit test for the classes. So here all of the unit test files are here, error command, and I've also used the XML comments for all the test thing. I haven't put like all of the test methods here. All of the test classes are not here. So most of them are here, and also if I run it, it's gonna be shown like 39 is working, but like I've got like 48 tests, but 9 is not working, but 39 is working fine. So this one should be yes, and XML comments is yes, and then unit test, it doesn't run, like all of them doesn't run, so I put a no here. And then factory design pattern. So I've used some of the, I didn't use the factory design, but I've used some additional designing patterns, and I could put yes if it's alright. So if I run the program, we can see like you've got the interface is like really new compared to the previous one, because I've used a really generic one. I didn't put much effort on the previous one, but this one I tried to put effort on the designing to get some extra marks, as I've already, there's some more things that didn't work. That's why I put something that I could do by myself, and I couldn't do those things like while command and some of the loops. So I hope this helps, like run programmer about. So if I do this and maybe circle, put like 100 and then run program, it's gonna show up here, and then everything works, and the interface is really new. I've put some colors and also some effects there. So, and then I haven't got any additional design patterns, so it should be none. And then implementation. So if I go to the unrestricted ints here, it doesn't work, so I don't have to show it to you. And then this works, so I'll just move on to this one. So it's real numbers. So if I go to unrestricted reals, if I copy them and then replace the real class here, and it's gonna run, and it works here. This one works fine. I've also put the screenshot in the directory. I've also put the link for it. And then the next ones are, it didn't work, this didn't work as well, this didn't work as well, and the ifs work. So if I go to the if here, copy this one and then changing the values or variables. So if I run this one, it's gonna show up like this. So it runs as well. So I've already put the screenshot of it and put the link here as well, and the else works as well. So if I go to any of the other things like method, we can see we don't have else here. So if I just go back to the if, so we've got the else. So if we put the restricted one, you can see the if should be the else should be working here as well. Yeah, the else is working and working fine. I've put the screenshot for the else as well, and this is the link. This didn't work, the method, and also I haven't done anything extra, additional or substantial. I couldn't do it, because then I put none here, and also I've used a little bit of GitHub Copilot for the error solving. Like sometimes it solves, but still the program doesn't work, so that's why I have to look forward to it, and then I have to get to know about the error. So here's the GitHub Copilot. So, and yeah, other than that, I haven't used any of the other facilities, so none of the other libraries used, none of the non-standard facilities used. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.